Welcome back. If you or a loved one suffers from cognitive decline, memory loss, dementia, or even early stage Alzheimer's disease, stay with us. Communications Director from the Integrated Health Center of the Rockies, Amanda Vargas, shares the amazing progress that's been achieved in the field of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's care.
Of all the chronic diseases that one could have, we really don't fear any as much as we do dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And why is that?
Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one being that it's the only one of the nation's 10 most common causes of death in which there is no effective treatment. And secondly, not only is it fatal, but it robs these victims and their families of their lives long before they're actually gone. So if you think about it, it's the only disease in which the patient dies not just once, but twice. The first time when they lose their memory and all mental faculties, and then again when the rest of them finally dies. And it's a very excruciating experience for everyone involved.
Well, that's why you also have this free cognitive decline dinner event. All you have to do is call the number you see right there on your screen. I'll go ahead and give it to you, 303-974-1087. What you need to do is you need to call that to see if you qualify and if seating is available, because it is limited. Now let's also talk about the fact that, you know, when a typical person dealing with this, what's a typical experience for them?
Well, it usually starts really innocently. So maybe they're just forgetting things here and there, they're misplacing items, they're walking into rooms and not remembering why they walked in there in the first place. And a lot of our patients will chalk up those symptoms to quote unquote senior moments. But a little time will go on and these symptoms get more severe, so other people begin to notice. Maybe they're having trouble putting names to faces. They can't remember their grandchildren's names anymore. They're getting lost driving home, or they're having to rely very heavily on calendars and note-taking just to keep their lives straight. So it becomes apparent incredibly quickly that something's going on and they're suffering from a failing brain.
Well, then they go and many of them do go and talk to their doctors, but then what do they experience once they actually talk with their physicians?
It depends on what they're experiencing when they go in and how diligent their provider is. Up until recently, there really wasn't any definitive testing that would allow a clinician to make a concrete diagnosis. So it's not unusual for these patients to be given the runaround. And if and when they are formally diagnosed, they're often told it's too late, that they need to have a power of attorney assigned, and they need to get their affairs in order because things are going downhill.
Well, tides have changed, I understand. A possible solution. Tell us about what your providers are seeing at IHCR.
We now know through science and clinical experience that the symptoms of these conditions are not only preventable, but they're actually reversible as well. And what's really exciting is that we now know what's causing these conditions, and it's not the amyloid plaquing in the brain like we thought it was all along. And in addition to that, there's new technology and a new treatment approach that is allowing the symptoms of cognitive decline, dementia, and early stages of Alzheimer's disease to reverse with a success rate of over 90%.
Okay, I've got to stop you on the 90%. I'm going to remind everyone, and we're coming back to that. So everybody, now that we've gotten your attention on this, 303-974-1087, we're talking about a free cognitive decline dinner event. This is the kind of thing where you go ahead and call if you want to go ahead and save your seat, because of course seating is limited. All right, I've got to be more specific now about really what you're talking about when you say this.
Well, we're seeing patients going back to work, they're able to drive again, they're remembering their grandchildren's names, and they are able to achieve normalcy in their lives again. It's really phenomenal.
All right, well, when we talk about these events, a lot of people are hearing this. They might have a loved one or even themselves that they're considering doing this. Who should really be calling right now and checking this out?
Well, if you or a loved one are suffering from any of the symptoms associated with cognitive decline, dementia, or early stages of Alzheimer's disease, like difficulty reading, writing, speaking, having difficulty staying on task at your job, brain fog, or you can't remember the things that you're supposed to remember anymore, I highly recommend that you give our office a call because it could save your life.
Well, I know there are a lot of people sitting at home right now, and this could touch them. It could touch a family member or anyone they care about that might need this. This is a perfect time to call. I'm going to give that number one more time, 303-974-1087. All you have to do is call that number to see if you qualify.
Reserve your seat for the free cognitive decline dinner event Tuesday, February 18th at 6 p.m. Call 303-974-1087 to see if you qualify to attend this free informational event on reversing cognitive decline and the symptoms of early stage Alzheimer's disease. IHCR paid for this segment.